Willow, watching her show she does every morning. You can't break her away from it hardly. So there she is. What you doing, Willow? She won't even acknowledge you when she's enthralled in this show. And here's Scarlett. What you doing? There's Scarlett. Scarlett's not interested in shows very much. She very seldom watches any of the television and doesn't really care about it. She likes to play in Rough House and that type of stuff. Totally different. And then Willow just gets totally enchanted by the show that she's watching. So, strange how they do that. It's a story that I remember when I was before I married my wife. I think it was the first time I met her family, and it was a holiday, and we were hold on, let me stop this sound. So it was a holiday, and we had a holiday meal, and we had sat down, and we were all talking, and the television was on, and I was mid-sentence telling something that I was responding to a question that I was asked. And then I looked up, I noticed no one was looking at me, and no one heard my response. The entire family was just like Willow is now, just totally taken by the television. So I said a few other things that had nothing to do with what I was talking about to see if anybody would notice what I was saying. And nobody even noticed what I said. So it's something that kind of runs in a family, and I guess she has that part of the family in her. She gets totally taken by the television and gets lost and she can't even speak or respond to you when she's watching the television. And my wife's family still does that. I still see them doing it sometimes, and I check to see if anybody's listening, and if my wife is with them, she falls right back into it. And I'll say something really stupid to see if anyone's listening. They're not. So I guess it's something that runs in the family. I have a cat that will not leave my stuff alone. He digs through my papers. He literally gets on top of the desk and he digs through the paper. It is so annoying. I mean, it's not even fun annoying. It is really, really annoying. We were pretty big on dog. We had one of our starters out as well. So I went into it going, you know what, we may not play this, but he doesn't just do stuff. He literally breaks the stuff, knocks it off aggressively. When we had a chance to tie, it was like 10 seconds left. We lost the game by 4.
What a comeback, though.
Great comeback. What are you doing?
We covered the spread, and most importantly, I was very upset.
What are you doing? We're getting ready to have breakfast, but They haven't determined what they want to do yet. Whether they want to eat breakfast or whether they want to play or be mean or.
But I was okay. And here's the thing, I hate other
So,
people because it's faulty.
guess we'll have breakfast. I do the money dance. I do the money dance. What? What are y'all doing? Are you fighting over something? Oh. What? 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 What you doing, huh? Willa, come here, Willa. What you doing? Hey. What's your sister doing? What's she doing? What's your sister doing? What you doing, Scarlett? Oh, you trying to get that ball? I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. Watch out. I'll get it for you. Dad got longer arms than you, doesn't he? Dad got longer arms. There you go. Go get it. Go get it. Play with it. What you got there? What you got there, Will? What you doing? What you doing? You showing off for that camera? Are you showing off for that camera? Ignore that camera. Ignore that camera. Yeah. Let's see you walking around. Picking up pillows and carrying them around. What you doing with that? Oh, you don't need that. You walk with it. You pick it up and walk. Oh, you pick it up and walk. Okay. Yep. You're very confident. You quickly became confident. What happened? What'd you hit? You hit my glasses, but I don't know what part of you hit. Did your hand hit me or your face or what? I don't know, Steve. I don't know. I just saw a big blob come at me. What happened? Did it hurt your finger? It hurt your finger? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You hit your head? You wanted me to kiss your head? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Is it better now? Is it better now? Since Dad kissed it, is it better? Okay. A little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Let me see if you can walk down there. Can you walk? You don't know? You don't know if you can walk? Okay. Oh, you just gonna take off and walk? Alright. It's just amazing how you just one day got confident enough and now you walk like it's just like you've always been doing it. Yeah. Just one day from scooting to walking. That was it. Now she does a combination of both. She scoots and jumps up and takes off running. Your sister's crazy, isn't she? Your hair's in your eyes. Your hair's in your eyes. Those were your sisters. I bought that for your bigger sister, and now you've already outgrown it. I got that back in November.
now you about wrong. Yeah. Dump your own head with it. Dump your own head with it. Are you gonna sit in it? That's a pretty cool idea. That's a pretty neat idea to sit in it. You could slide on it if it was snow or something. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to sit in it. Trying to sit in that. You don't fit in it anymore. When you were younger, you would have fit in it, but now you're too big. You don't fit in it anymore. You can try though. You could try. What you doing over there? You over there laying on a pillow? Huh? You over there laying on a pillow? So you just decided to lay down on a pillow? Hmm? What? You're a ham. You're a ham. You know what that camera is, don't you? Y'all have always known what they are. Every time I get one out, y'all know what I'm doing. Yeah? Okay, well let's leave it over here and just act like it's not there. Let's pretend it's not there. You want to? Let's pretend it's not there. And let's just see you guys walking. Just like you normally do. Walking through the house. Okay, come on. Now you're teaming up and using each other's to get up higher. Pretty smart, but well, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Your mom is taking a shower, which means it's almost time for your bath. Yep. Yep. It's time for your bath. So we gotta get all the toys picked up. Let's get all the toys picked up so that we can go upstairs in the nursery. Wanna go up in the nursery? Wanna go upstairs in the nursery? I like it up there, don't you? You like it up there? Okay, Google. Turn on iron lamp. Okay, Google. What's the temperature going to be tomorrow in Louisville?
Hi, Mark. Tomorrow in Louisville, expect a high of 53 and a low of 32.
What's the weather going to be?
Hi, Mark. Tomorrow in Louisville, there will be scattered showers with a high of 53 and a low of 32.
Thank you.
Just doing my job.
Hey Google, what's my cat's name?
You told me that your cat's name is Ping Pong Pole.
That's correct.
Indeed.
Hey Google, do you know my dog's name?
You told me that your dog's name is Ayla.
That's correct.
Okay, do let me know if I can be of service.
Sure. Okay, let's get you. We're gonna have to, let's turn the cameras off because we're getting ready to get you ready for baths. So let's turn the camera off. All right, we are headed home now. We've been out most of the morning, had to do some errands and pick up some stuff. And we have the car packed. I have the girls with me. I have a new rug and a new picture. And various other things in the car. We are trying to get we have carpet put in the basement. I'm trying to get the basement more of a livable area, more comfortable to be in for just a little while. We don't know how long I'll be kind of making that my home base for a little while, until the house sells, or if the markets are not right, we can't find a place, until we build on whatever we end up doing. So I had to invest just a little bit. I went to Ross. You can get some stuff very inexpensive there. Sometimes you can find some really nice things. That's a really nice rug, and a nice picture that will go with the colors down there. At this point, I don't want to paint. I'm going to sell the house. I'm going to paint, but right at this moment, I don't want to paint yet. So I bought some very expensive decorating things to make it more comfortable down there, make it more of a livable living area. Slowly clear out the main floor in preparation for someone who's going to be living in that area of our house, while we wait to see if we sell or if we wait on an addition to be built. So I'm going to kind of locate down there with the girls. That'll be kind of our living room. So that'll be where we mainly hang out at during the day. And that'll probably end up being where I'll watch TV at in the evening. So I have to make it comfortable for me and the girls for a little while. So kind of doing some decorating today and getting some things ready. So there we are.
Howard and did throw it out. She was hot. I know it sounds pretty bad, but I was like, that way.
Kevin, here's my question for you. Was this like one of those things where, like, you saved your car and you were jerking off to it? Or is this one of those things where you saved your car because you found her attractive and you thought something would happen? Or did you hire her because you felt having an attractive front person would help sell the house? There's a lot of levels to what you're saying.
What you doing? You bored? You bored this morning? Your sister's asleep and you're bored? You can play with your Tupperware in there. Yeah, you can play with that. You got toys in there you can play with. You want to come look at toys? So you're bored. You want Dad to help you find something? You want Dad to help you find something to do? You like that one? You like those two? Okay. I want to go see what your sister's doing. And she is knocked out. Willow is knocked out. She's went back to take her morning nap. She takes a nap every morning after she gets up, gets dressed, bosses people around for a little while. That takes a lot of energy. So after she bosses people around, she takes a nap. And here's some toys that Scarlett could be playing with. She doesn't take a nap that early, so I usually have to remind her of all of this stuff. She forgets, doesn't think about it, and she doesn't like to watch television, so she gets bored every morning when her sister's taking her morning nap, and I usually have to remind her of things to do. She will lay at my feet bored, and every morning she does that. She lays at my feet, upset that she's bored, and I'll have to remind her of things that she could do and give her a book or a toy or something. Sometimes we go ahead and eat breakfast without her sister, and then I'll just feed them separately, which is what we might do this morning. There's breakfast waiting. Kix cereal. They love Kix cereal for breakfast. So, or scrambled egg. They love a scrambled egg in the morning. So, here we are, getting our day. It's a little crisp out this morning. Beginning of March. Well, actually, it's the middle of March. Yeah. We set the clocks back this weekend, and we're supposed to get a terrible cold front. It's gonna go down to like 18 degrees tonight. We've had some good weather. We've had days in shorts already, so it's really gonna suck. But so kind of a cool night, but it feels good to have some sun anyway. But here we are.
Everybody okay with that? Oh, we're going line. So you're 3 good.
What you got there, Willow? You got green juice? You got green juice? You got your mom's green juice? Okay. What'd you do that for? You trying to open it? You trying to open it? What's your sister doing? She's trying to open that, ain't she? They're both walking now. I think the last video they weren't both walking. Scarlett stood up and started walking one day, and she never went back. So. So I don't think I had a video with them both walking, completely walking. What you doing? Okay. What you doing? Leave it alone, come on. Come on, leave it alone. Okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
You write in your book, this is one of the most memorable scenes in the book, about seeing the president throw a fit, you call it a tantrum. This is the summer before the election, during the protests outside the White House in the wake of George Floyd's murder at the hands of a white police officer. You write, quote, "The president lost his composure, glaring around the semicircle of officials in front of his desk. He swept his index finger around the semicircle, pointing at all of us. 'You're all losers,' he yelled, his face reddening. He felt we were responsible for the violence around the country, especially in the White House. 'You're losers,' he yelled again, tiny flecks of spit arcing through his desk clamp. 'Effing losers!' It was a tantrum. I was taken aback and indignant. Oh, it's a very well-rendered scene. I wanted to read the whole thing for you. But this is not the only time in the book you write about the president and his temperament, which you think is, you suggest, is disqualifying. Did those outbursts ever cause you to question his fitness for office or his stability?
No, and I didn't consider them disqualifying. I supported his policy. He was very conscious of his personal failings, especially his pettiness and his temper when he's not getting his way, his disposition to listen to what, you don't want to hear what he wants to hear. But up until the election, I felt that if you had strong cabinet secretaries who were willing to do battle, you could keep things on track. And I personally felt that we did a pretty good job of that. But after the election, there was no, he just went off the rails. He wasn't listening to any of his normal advisors. He was listening to his
Take that from your sister.
telling him that he lost.
You took it from your sister.
Well, you're definitely
Your
right.
sister had it.
That he
Yeah.
stole.
Sister.
But
Okay,
you-
that's your
you
sister.
definitely
She had it
right
first.
that-
You had a bottle, see? There's your bottle.
That something changed after the election.
Yeah.
You do right throughout your time. You say that you were disgusted by things he said or did. You say you took a dangerous term after the election. You talk about the Pompeo, but significantly detached from reality. His constant bellicosity diminishes him in the office.
Man,
In
get along.
the spring
Are you
of
getting your
2020, you said he
bottle?
was
Okay,
acting like a
get your bottle.
hyperactive maniac.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You say he doesn't have the temperament to lead the country forward.
Well, he's not my idea of a president, and I feel that, I felt he was gonna lose the election because he was not controlling himself. He was allowing this pettiness to come through. And I feel it's one of his great failings. I think a lot of people agree with his policies. They like his
Leaking?
strength and his
Okay,
directness.
don't let it leak. Don't let
But
it leak.
the extent they support him, it's
Oh,
despite
don't
these-
do that.
this kind of.
Why'd you do that? That hurt
It's not
somebody.
because of it.
Don't hurt
Your
people.
book ends with the conclusion that the party
Don't hurt
and the country
people.
would be better suited if
No,
a
you
different
can hurt
candidate led
somebody
the way
with
going
that.
forward. You say there's an
Don't
impressive
hurt
array of
people.
younger candidates. If Trump runs
No,
and
we
others
don't hurt
challenge
people.
him, which might happen, you never know,
Don't
would you
hurt
get
people.
involved in the primary fight to defeat him
Absolutely.
to support one of those other candidates?
Yes, I think the coming presidential election would be a good opportunity for the Republican Party, because from my standpoint, the progressive left is sort of showing a sort of a totalitarian temperament, and has, and I think the Republicans can win a decisive majority, but I don't think we can do it with Trump. He's just too divisive a candidate.
Who are some of the Republicans you're looking at?
Well, there are a whole slew of them.
Right.
I'm not going to on the track for a while, but I definitely would support any of those individuals over.
Liz Cheney, would you support Liz Cheney over Donald Trump?
I don't think she could get the nomination. So.
As much as you criticize Trump now in the book, you're saying, and you say you're disgusted by things he did, the tone of your departure letter obviously was quite different. You wrote, quote, "I'm greatly honored that you called on me to serve your administration and the American people once again as Attorney General. I'm proud to have played a role in the many successes and unprecedented achievements you have delivered for the American people. Your record is all the more historic because you accomplished it in the face of relentless, implacable resistance." Why weren't you saying then what you're saying now, December
Girls, I can't
2020?
be doing that. That's not nice.
January 6th.
That's not nice.
Well, you know, I
Don't do that. You hurt people.
at the time, that was December 14th, the states had already certified their votes. I felt the die was cast, the Rubicon was crossed, he was leaving office. I felt the thing for him to do, and what I kept on telling him is, parade your accomplishments out there, with dignity, and you know, put your record before the American people.
So that's what you thought at the time. I get
Right, and that's why I wrote a letter that laid out his achievements. I think those are achievements. I'm proud of those achievements for the administration. And I didn't want them to be lost sight of.
But
And yes, I am critical of him, definitely, in the book, but I also give him a lot of credit.
Absolutely. Do you, looking back on it though, knowing that you didn't take advice, you didn't go to the country talking about Operation Warp Speed, talking about the Abraham Accords, talking about the many things you talked about in this book that you're proud of, the border security, etc. Do you regret
silly.
not saying something in December more vociferously than you did, which may have had an effect on
Why you
dampening,
taking damn glasses off?
stopping what happened January 6th?
Well, first, I twice came out.
I'm gonna take that away. I'm gonna take it away because y'all being mean with it. Y'all being mean with it.
But also
You're being mean to your
press
dad.
conference before you left, where
You're being mean to your dad.
that there was not evidence of fraud that would affect the election, and I refused to appoint an independent counsel to look at the election and so forth. I thought he was history, and I was right. He was history. He was December 14th, he was state certified vote. I believed he was leaving office, and that was that. I couldn't see
You
it.
played too rough. You played too rough.
So I didn't see any point in getting up and attacking him.
You played too rough. I'm gonna lay on you. I'm gonna lay on you.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
You told NPR that January 6th was quote, a riot that got out of control. So you don't think that the individuals who ran up there were trying to stop the counting, trying to stop the quote-unquote steal? Because a number of defendants have been charged by the Justice Department with seditious conspiracy. Do you disagree with those charges?
I have no reason to disagree with those charges. It looked to me, and I just know what I see like everybody else, it looked to me that there was this hardcore group there that sort of came dressed for battle, protection and so forth, and they were definitely looking for a fight. And if those people, whoever, those or anybody else, had a plan to use violence to stop the town, that would be a seditious conspiracy.
You write that Rudy Giuliani will quote, you say nice things about him too, but you say he will go down as a man who helped President Trump get himself impeached, not once, but as it turned out, twice. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, I think this thing that was done in Ukraine to get the Ukrainians to investigate Biden was a silly stunt, and Giuliani was deeply involved and obviously played a major role in that activity, and I thought that
Leave it alone. Hey, leave it alone. Why'd you turn that off? I have that on there to keep monkey from tearing up our couch. That's so monkey don't tear up the couch. Leave it alone, okay? It keeps monkey from tearing up our couch.
I mean,
Giuliani?
So monkey
because
don't
it's
break it.
nonsensical claims, as you
Okay,
point out,
leave it
because
alone.
you and
No,
the
leave
Justice
it alone.
Department
You
and
leave that alone.
I mean, you
Leave
went
it alone.
through to make sure
You leave it
that
alone.
you weren't missing anything. Do you think that these people believe these claims?
I really can't get into their mind. I think some don't really care. They think it's the proper, it's convenient posture.
You put it
to
up
be
there
in.
where it
But
goes.
I will say.
Thank
that the people
you.
who were telling
That's
me
very
stories
nice
that
of you.
They're so aggressive and they're so.
Very
certain
nice
about
of you,
what they're
Willow.
saying
Thank you for
that
putting it
sometimes I
up there.
pause and say, what am I missing?
Oh,
People so
oh,
certain.
see, if that
In
fell on your
book,
toe,
you're
that would
telling the
hurt.
Associated Press, as you just noted, that the Justice
Okay, be
Department
careful,
evidence of
be
widespread
careful.
voter fraud. Before the election,
It's
and
heavy.
also you voiced your concerns about the potential for fraud because of the increased use of paper ballots.
heavy for a
June
little
2020,
girl.
you raised concerns on NPR about mail-in
Or a little
ballots.
brat like you.
There's so many occasions for fraud that it cannot be policed. I think it would be very bad. But
Oh, you took more, didn't you? You're being bad, ain't you? You're being a bad girl.
Did you have evidence to
You're
raise
being
that
bad.
specific concern?
Yeah, you're being bad.
NPR later issued an article correcting that claim, saying they're quoting experts who called your claim nuts and ridiculous. In September 2020,
You got milk
came
all
on
over your
CNN,
face. You got milk all over
with
your
Wolf
face.
Blitzer, and you called it evidence of voter fraud. Take a listen.
Silly girl, you're a silly girl.
mail-in voting is
You're a
fraud
silly girl.
with the risk of fraud and coercion. For example, we indicted someone in Texas, 1,700 ballots collected. From people who could vote, he made them out and voted for the person he wanted to. Okay?
Your staff later admitted that you were given wrong information. That was not accurate. It was one single ballot. Prosecutors reviewed 700 ballots, found one, hardly widespread. And there's also a state case, not a DOJ one. Do you bear any responsibility for all the people out there that thought that there was going to be all this widespread voter fraud, given the fact that you were very vocally sounding the alarm based on theories and
Really, the next push is we just also got a collective bargaining.
Let me put it on the
agreement
table,
with
okay?
Excel through
Let
their
that put it over here,
board,
okay?
Executive Director Megan Burke.
It's not recording, it's just sitting here, okay? Just sitting here. Yeah, it's just sitting here. Okay. Okay, silly girl. You said ee? What's it doing? Just sitting there. Yeah, just sitting there. Don't pay it no never mind, okay? Don't pay it no never mind.
Thank you for talking us through that.
Don't pay it no never mind.
Thanks. I want to turn now to some breaking news and some difficult breaking news to report here. I want to bring in Ali Alouzi, who some of you.
What you doing, Willow?
We have just learned.
You got on a cute little skirt.
At least already. Fox News is now confirming the death of a fourth journalist, Sasha Kushinova. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened and who she is?
That's right. She was a fixer with the Fox team who were in Kiev. She was only 24 years old, Hallie. They have confirmed that she is being killed as well. You're reading the messages on her post that she was a woman that loved music, wanted to connect people around the world, and obviously as a Ukrainian as well wanted to tell the devastating story of what's happening in her country. So the three of them, there was a
Silly
girl and it just shows how mercilessly the Russians are hitting
What you doing, Will?
these cities and indiscriminately. And this is now a string
Will's
of
on her
journalists
ride
that are
today,
being
ain't she?
hit here. I mean, we know about Brett Arnold,
Yeah.
the journalist and filmmaker who was killed today along with his colleague who was being injured, who was being treated for his injuries.
What you been doing, huh?
The Sky News
What you
reporters
doing?
were injured earlier
What you
on.
doing?
So it's a very dangerous
That's the damn
situation
belly
here,
button.
obviously
That's
for
not
the
E.
civilians, but for the journalists covering it. And
You
if you
said
listen to
E
the
for a
statement
belly
that Fox
button?
News made, their cameraman,
It's just a belly button. You got one too.
Experienced person.
You got a
So these
belly
are
button.
Inexperienced people, and they know
You got a
how to
belly
navigate
button.
around difficult places, but they still hold up
Belly
in this
button.
very, very sad situation.
Your sister say
It's
it.
devastating
E
to
to
hear
that
about
belly
some
button.
people sending condolences to family and friends of those Fox workers. Thank you so much, Allie. We
Got on a
appreciate
cute
you
bright
being
dress
here.
there.
For joining us for this hour. Deadline
Very
Podcast.
colorful
We
little
start getting
dress.
to this quickly.
Little tutu thingy. Forgot what they call it. Right tutu. You got on a little tutu. Well, you're supposed to have on a Baby Shark shirt, ain't you? Baby Shark shirt goes with that. Yeah. Supposed to be a Baby Shark shirt. Charlotte's got on her Geranimals.
She does have a Geranimals on, doesn't she? Does it stand for great animals? Or animals?
I say no. I started considering.
Mix and match. They all go together.
Yep.
Anything goes with anything.
It's hard to have bad hair day or bad day then.
This shirt goes perfectly with those shorts.
You know he does. I got a purple shirt for tomorrow. And the opposite pair of shorts.
An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me.
After dermatitis, mucous symptoms.
She bugging you? She bugging you? Oh, was you trying to give her a treat? That what you trying to do? Give her a treat?
His girlfriend just got her okay, so he's checking in on that brain stuff. Photographer, he's looking for something.
She tries to take your treats instead of she tries to take them.
The studio.
Tries to lick your hand until all the treats are licked out.
She tries to give her treats.
Well, I know she does. I know she does.
And another day is Hillary just steals them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You just steals them out of her hand.
Yeah.
Catches her, licks her hand until she gets it.
Yep.
It's a guy reading it. Subway keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and
Hi everyone, it's Fort Worth, New York. It is 10 million feet. A city of 3 million people that has so far defied any and all fears that it would fall to Russian forces within days. It has now held for 20 days. That is despite increasingly dire and brutal conditions. In the past few days, a wave of deadly missile strikes targeting civilian areas in the heart of that city. Overnight, a new apartment building was hit by a Russian missile, as well as a major subway station. At least 4 people were killed in those attacks. The city's mayor has announced a curfew set to last until Thursday morning, citing a quote, difficult and dangerous moment in the war. The mayor is urging people
Whoa,
to
you okay?
or head to bomb shelters. He told Sky News his city remains defiant.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. You driving your truck now? What? What am I gonna do with it? What am I gonna do with it? Do like this?
And that state determination on the part of the Ukrainian people in the face of increasingly indiscriminate Russian attacks may be part of the reason behind the shift in Russian tactics. NBC's Richard Engels at that subway station was struck by a missile early Thursday. Here's his reporting. In no sense, this shows that Russia is expanding its attacks right into the center of the a more downtown location than this one. Alright, because Russia's front lines have not been advancing. Its troops and armored vehicles and that long convoy outside of Kyiv are where they are and have not been advancing for the last several days. Instead, Russia's relying more on its long-range weapons, artillery, and to carry out attacks like this one, generally primarily civilian and are part of a long campaign of attrition. This increasingly unpredictable and dangerous attacks by Russia did not deter the leaders of 3 European Union nations, Poland, Slovenia, and the Czech Republic, from visiting Kyiv today in a show of solidarity with Ukraine. The threat comes after the EU imposed brand-new sanctions banning investments in Russia's energy sector, as well as sanctions targeting
Playing with the thing, playing with their
Western response to the invasion remains focused on presenting a united front against Russia. The White House announcing today that President Joe Biden will attend
You all got that for you, didn't you? You all got it for you?
The only path and
Yeah, you all got it for you. You all and that Paul Joe, Grandpa Joe.
including Russia and Ukraine. Those talks resumed today, with the top Ukrainian negotiators saying today that the two sides
Want me to show you where it goes?
a
Can I show you where it goes?
adding to the pressure on the
Look.
Ukrainian side to get
The key goes in here,
the
look.
rapidly deteriorating
Like this.
refugee crisis, which hit a grim milestone today. The number of refugees fleeing Ukraine now tops 3 million people, and includes
It's kinda hard to get it in
1
there,
million
isn't it?
children. That is one child every single second fleeing their home. The head of the Refugee Agency tweeted this today and wrote, this bill has to stop. Let's start today. Joining us now, NBC News Correspondent Mike Neville. Mike Neville, I understand from a senior White House official that this tragedy, this war is taking focus, not that this White House needed any focus, there are many other crises, but that right now, this West Wing remains focused on this war and on listening to President Zelensky when they can't deliver everything he asked for and continuing to rally the
What?
Well, Nicole, anytime a president travels,
Oh no, don't hit me. Don't hit me, that's not
and also
fun.
with the
It
symbolism
ain't fun when people hit
obviously
you.
the defining characters of Joe Biden's presidency, his foreign policy specifically, has been the strength in numbers of our Democratic allies in the face of
What? We're having
he's
fun.
often put it
You
in
don't
his
hit,
battle to
okay?
define the 21st
All right.
century. The president, over the
Gotta
course of
be
the last 3
gentle
months,
when you're
could have taken a
playing.
number of steps on his own, just with the United States alone, in the face of what Putin was doing and planning to do and ultimately did, but he has gone to great lengths to include our NATO allies, to include our European allies, every step of the way, believing that our greatest weapon in the face of Putin's aggression
Oh no,
is
don't hit
renewed.
that.
So this trip will be a very tangible, visible display.
That's hey.
The administration feels
I'm
it's
not
been
gonna
a
play
very
with you no more.
successful effort to keep our
You're being
allies
mean.
engaged. There's also a
That's
unique
mean.
Biden aspect to
You're
this.
being mean today.
On the White House
So,
speak once in a while.
don't be mean, I won't play.
3 dozen, mostly phone calls and virtual meetings that the president
Look,
has
the key goes in here. Look, the key goes here. Look.
on Ukraine specifically. Only handfuls of
See?
in-person
Key
events.
goes
Just like
here.
I said today, this is a president who believes in in-person, conducting business in person as much as possible. And so this is an important opportunity for him to do that. Now, as it goes to the substance, a lot can happen between now and next week when they actually do meet in Brussels, and the White House is aware of that. Some of the work ahead of time on very difficult decisions ahead, like how to provide more military assistance, potentially air power to the Ukrainians, is going to be handled tomorrow as defense ministers from the NATO alliance in Brussels. But the president obviously also wants to do everything he can when he's in person meeting with his colleagues to try to figure out what more they can do. And the reality is, as this war has been playing out now for more than 3 weeks, the situation that they face next week may be very different from what they're facing right now.
To point out that the support for President Biden's policies so far in Ukraine have garnered explosive bipartisan support from elected representatives in both parties. Lots of editorial support at the Washington Post, which was an independent minded view of foreign policy, wholeheartedly embraced the Biden doctrine, if you will, so far in Ukraine. And public opinion polls show that while people have an impulse to do more, if it means tilting toward World War III, the American people are not willing to do that. I wonder, with that stipulated, when you listen to President Zelensky, and I want to play some of what he said to Canadian Parliament today, how the president sort of processes what he's asking for that he can't deliver. Let me play some of his address to Canadian Parliament.
Okay.
What?
Okay, that's going to do it for this episode.
What's the matter?
If you want to keep up with the series that I'm doing on the houses that I'm prepping for resale, I have one of them finished up, and it has a contract on it. So if you want to see what's going on in that series, be sure you're subscribed and hit that bell icon, and you'll be notified when I have new episodes that become available. I'm going to start on the other house soon. So remember, they may do it another way, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.
Strange how you eat them, but you don't like them.